This is the Paltalk News Network.
News Talk is online. News Talk Online is a production of Paltalk.com, the largest multimedia interactive program on the Internet, with more than 4 million unique users on demand on iTunes and on YouTube, and on Gary's blog, www.garybaumgarten.com, and on our new news network, paltalknewsnetwork.com, where you are invited to comment whether you agree with Gary or not. And thanks to our friends on CRN Digital Talk Radio, we're syndicated coast to coast across the United States, 12 million additional households. And many thanks to Digital Sounds Barnsley in the United Kingdom and to ASI Radio and TV for carrying our show. I'm your guest host, Boaz Frankel. Well, folks, Gary took off for today and a well-deserved vacation. Because he did, after all, work very hard this week. I guess he's off to some sort of a Halloween event or something like that. But since we are upon Halloween, we're going to talk about ghosts. That's right. Now, I don't know about you folks, but many people have talked about some sort of one or other encounter with a ghost or strange phenomenon that you may have had in your past with regards to a past family member or friend or something like that. And the question that begs is, do ghosts really exist? To attempt to answer that question or to give us a better perspective on that issue, we have a special guest this evening. And our guest is Cody Presten. Cody Presten is the president of Southwest Ghost Hunters Association. The Southwest Ghost Hunters Association is predominantly a research organization. Their mission is not necessarily to prove that ghosts exist, but to investigate all possible explanations of areas that are associated with being haunted. They are open-minded to all theories and methods, although they use scientific methods for their work. Their organization is composed both of skeptics and believers. Their website is http://www.sgha.net. Cody Presten, good evening to you and welcome to News Talk Online on the Paltalk News Network.
Thank you.
It's a great having you today, and especially that now that we have Halloween upon us now.
Yeah, busy time of year for us.
There you go. You know what you remind me of, Cody? You say it's a busy time of year for you. I'm not going to make a joke out of this at all, because I happen to believe in it to a certain extent in this phenomenon called ghosts and hauntings. Now, when I saw the movie Ghostbusters, the first movie, the interesting things that came to mind thinking about that movie are the methods that were used by these three Ghostbusters to sniff out ghosts. Now, and my first question to you, Cody, is: do you use similar methods to investigate strange phenomenon called ghosts?
Actually, that's a more difficult question to answer than you think. To date, there really hasn't been anything to suggest that ghosts do exist. And kind of what we do is it's a process of elimination. That's the way scientific method works. Give you an analogy. It's like having a bowl full of cookies, but one of the cookies tastes differently than the others. So you grab a cookie out of the bowl, you taste it, you look at it. If that's not it, you put it aside, go for another cookie. And that's really what we're doing. So we've been running through different things, trying to figure, okay, is it this it? No, it's not that. How about this? No, it's not that. Where we're at presently, and we get into the science of kind of what we think it is, we started going with a very, very simple hypothesis, so to speak. And that is something called, when we're looking, let me back up. When we're looking at it, it's basically, we're looking for electromagnetic frequencies that are within the human body while you're alive. Brainwaves are electromagnetic and whatnot. So that's kind of where the promise, we watch TV and stuff and they're using these electromagnetic field meters. That's where it kind of started, the idea started from. But the thing to understand is you have to be able to look at frequency and the waveform to be able to understand what you're looking at. We have found a differences with these very low frequency DC magnetic fields, and that's kind of where our research is right now. We're taking a look at those, we're trending what we're getting. But no, I would love to have something like a Ghost Radar or a PKA meter like they had in Ghostbusters. That sure would make it a lot easier, you know.
If it existed.
Yeah. But yeah, and that's really what it is. The way we operate, it's a very simple scientific experiment. We have a positive and negative control. Our positive control is places where they have supposedly, ghost activity. And we use probability theory to try to rate how haunted is it. And we need it, and we have all this online, by the way, if you're interested. Go to the website, click on research, and on our methods link, and it describes this whole thing in a lot of detail. But we try to get a place that has a very good probability of something freaky is going on there. Then our negative control is a non-haunted place. And we know for sure nothing has happened there, but to keep the data consistent. The ghost hunters can't know if they're in a positive or negative. They have to do the instrumentation the same way. So often on the negatives, we might even make up the story just to keep their interest. And the way this works, I'll give you an example of something we did in 1985. We were testing dowsing rods because, people were saying, okay, these things can find ghosts. So it's easy enough to test. And we know if the dowsing rods cross, supposedly it means there's a ghost present. So we have them go into the positive controls, the haunted places, the negative controls, the non-haunted places, and we're counting just how many times the rods cross. After we get 20 samples from the positive, 20 from the negative, you just do the math. And what it turned out was they're crossing about the same amount of times in both places. And what that means is there's no difference between paranormal and normal, meaning either ghosts don't exist or those dowsing rods do not work. So that's how that process of elimination works. And you just keep grabbing with the next hypothesis and moving forward. So hopefully that explains.
Let me ask you, Cody, the first question that people ask if they encounter something that is out of the ordinary is, how do I know if there is a ghost in my home or presence? Well, I did a little research on this myself, and some of the things that you may want to